Hi, my name is Val. Welcome to Hoarding Rocks. Today we are going to check out those big rocks that I couldn't cut on myself and that I did cut today in Mineral Society shop. And we're going to check out that blue-grayish agate thing that I had in my last video. That was absolutely amazing. Well, I made my first cap out of it, and that is the first cap that I made on my own without any help. It's not flawless, but I still want you guys to see. Let's go and see what rocks I'm talking about. And if you haven't seen the last video, I'm gonna put it in the description below. Okay, today is the day I get to work on the real lapidary equipment again. I'm only gonna have 3 hours, so I'm gonna have them cut on a big saw, this guy, and see what it's hiding on the inside. Hopefully something good, because it's huge and I'm gonna have to pay for that. Also, this guy, you can see there is a lot of chalcedony going through it. However, there will be some chart. So what is it gonna be more of, chart or chalcedony? We have this guy. I'm just gonna cut myself. I can see some druzy pockets in there. See a little druzy. Here's a druzy. So we're gonna see what this height, and it's a pretty beat up rock. So, but it's gonna be interesting to check it out. I'm gonna make more slabs of this rock. Remember that disappointing rock? And hopefully it will provide something good. And the most important, I want to try to make a cabochon. It is probably going to be super busy, so I am not sure if I'll be able to use the genie, but I really hope to make at least one cap out of it, because it is just stunning. That gray, blue and yellow and clear, the pattern is amazing. And also, while I'm there, I'm going to make a few cuts of the rock that I found yesterday. It is obviously some kind of moss agate, and I have a feeling it's going to be very interesting on the inside. And also, I have this rock that you probably mind that I just kind of made some markings for myself. This moss agate that I found near Horse Canyon. I want to make few slabs and see how the slabs are gonna look, because look at that green in there. Yeah, it looks, I don't know if it can really catch the green, but it is green and blue and white with some minimal bending in there. So I'm gonna definitely slab this one and see if it's gonna have something better to show for it. All right, I am going to see you after I'm back. And here they are, all cut. Which one do you guys want to see first? Not gonna be this one, because that's gonna be last this time. So I have two rocks that don't belong here, which is this one and this one. This one I found, I think, at agate beds near Horse Canyon, and this one I found at the local beach, like literally yesterday. And the other guys, including this one that you're gonna see partially polished, are what we're here for. So I made few cuts just to see little differences, and we are going to start, well, why don't we just start with this big, beautiful rock. Ugh. It is so big. This rock, I think I was the most excited about, because look at those veins. I mean, I know there's gonna be some brown in there, but let's go ahead and see if that rock really delivered according to expectations. Ta-da! Well, I don't know if you guys can see. I mean, let me wipe it off with a towel, because they have an oil saw. Oh, I bet you can see this now. So I actually am pretty disappointed about this. I thought we're gonna see a whole lot more blue than this. I think they call them DDs or something like this. Basically, this is like our California beach rug that has some chalcedony, and it gets brachiated like this. I have seen better, and honestly, while I think it's pretty, I expected to see more, but we still have this much of it, so maybe this is gonna have more. So let's go ahead and see. Ta-da! And we just got more of the same. I think I'm going to bring that rug back to the beach. What do you guys think? Okay, and the other part is gonna have a little druzy in there. So while we have a little druzy in there, that's about all we've got. There's barely any blue chalcedony veins. This whole rock was considered to be the biggest find, and I'm actually gonna call it a dud. Let's move on to the next one. For the next one, I am going to show you this one, but give me a second. Alright, so we had this rug that looked ugly, but at the same time it was so busy that I just kind of was curious. There it was a druzy going through it, so I decided to go ahead, bring it and cut it, and maybe we are going to get pleasantly surprised. Let's see. Well, while there's only a little chalcedony in there, at least this one's got a character, right? At least he's got a good personality. Look at that. I actually think this is pretty. Let me spray on it a little bit one more time so you guys can see better. This is actually really pretty. I do like this one actually more than I like the other one, just because I've already seen a lot of the other one. I know you guys probably haven't, but there is a little druzy, not as pretty as I was hoping. But okay, that's interesting. So, and we have the other side over here. And what I did, I actually also cut this side as well to see how it's gonna look. So let's see. This is a great lesson to see, like when you see an interesting rock, to what to pick up, what to not, and also to learn what patterns you like and what you don't. I cannot call it a dud because I can see a really beautiful pattern. There is no bands. Alright, so, oh, forgive the base, my neighbors can get a little frisky with those. Alright, so the paper towel, come on. So yeah, just about the same. Not gonna call it a dot, not gonna call it a stud. It is okay. So let's see if things are gonna get better from now. Okay, so if you've seen my last video, you probably remember this guy, and if you have not, here's the rock. There's obviously some chalcedony in there. There is obviously a little brachiated jasper, I guess, but is that any pretty on the inside? In my last video, I did this cut and I showed that to you. It was a tough cut, so forgive all the crazy saw marks. While there is some action going on in here, and some people may like it in a way it looks like ocean waves breaking into a cliff on this one. But I was actually a little disappointed, so I decided to bring it to the shop and give it one more slap and see if the lighter part of this rock is gonna look a little less like a basalt. Alright, let's go ahead and check this out. Ta-da! And we've got more of the same. And while it's not completely terrible or anything, probably is gonna make a great, tumbled yard rock. But am I gonna go out of my way and make a cabochon with it? No, not really. Alright, let's move on to the next one. The next one that I want to show you guys is this guy. Let me spray it a little bit. So this guy I actually found walking my dog, I think yesterday, on the beach. It was a low tide, and look at this detail. Isn't that so pretty? And look at it over here. You can tell, right, that it is going to be a great cut. But will it? Let's check it out. Forgive the light because the saws that we have in there are oil saws, so it makes it kind of hard. But now I'm pretty sure you can see. What do you guys think? I think this one has a great potential for a cabochon. And maybe, just maybe, we can see how it looks this way. Let's go ahead. Ta-da! And I am going to wipe it off for you again. What do you guys think? I think it is gorgeous. So this one, I am pretty sure, is going to make really pretty cabs. There is just so much detail. It's so mossy. Okay, so this moss agate is definitely the best so far, in my opinion. What do you guys think? I am going to take some pictures in the end, and I want you to comment which ones you like the most. Why don't we check this big guy out? So I actually have previously found similar rocks, and what I found was it was mostly charred with just a little bit of lining on the inside, sometimes more, sometimes less. But why did I still pick this guy up? Well, it's because you can see there's a lot of that blue chalcedony in there. So did I make a mistake giving this rock a little bit of a shoot? I forgot how to say it. But anyway, we are going to go ahead and open it. And here's what we've got. Okay, let's go one by one. I'm going to wipe it off because cat is participating. How audio? So I actually do like this. It is not as exciting audio, but we got a little juicy. And I really love this landscape. It is pretty. It's pretty. I think maybe it would worth making some cabochons, but again, I have a lot of pretty ones that I already want to work on. Okay, let's see what is here. And again, I made few cuts just to see if the landscape, so to speak, in here, audio. This is what happens when you have pets. They just decide when it's time, and apparently right now it's time. So this is what we've got. The cat likes it. Okay, what do you guys think? I mean, it's cool, but it's not like breathtaking, right? Alright, I am gonna take macro pictures and maybe we're gonna change our mind. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Dude, so I have already cut this moss before, and unfortunately that piece, when I slabbed it, when I had it slapped, basically we dropped it. But let's look first at the little pieces, at the little slabs. I actually think it's really pretty, and the light is not quite right, but this is actually very green, and this is translucent, so I actually think this one would make a really cool cab. We have more pieces, more of the same. They are a little moss agates, and they're green, and I really love the green. So I just wanted you guys to see how the slabs look like from here. What do you guys think? Do you think that would make a good cabochon? There is some red, clear, blue, green. I think this one probably worth to try. What do you think? And we have one more over here. Oh man, this is probably gonna be like my favorite slab. So I still have a little room there, so I'm probably gonna trim it off, and I might do some cabochons with that, because look how pretty this is. Okay, that is going to be one of my favorite today after this one. So we have two good ones, and now we're gonna do the big reveal. This guy right here, thankfully I still have this piece, but when I was cutting this other calf, I did not cut it even, so I ended up with something like sloped like this. So making like a cabochon was a little tough, but I still managed, and here it is. Okay, it has a flat spot right here because I am kind of a beginner, but I think it shines really well. And look at the detail, guys. You can see my lamp in the reflection, but look at this. I think this is a great piece. Honestly, I know there is a little flat spot, but because how thin this part is, it was really hard to make it not flat, but I might still try, we'll see. What I want to do with the rest of it is, from this little piece, I want to make a little earrings matching this. And from this, maybe I'll make another pendant and another earrings, but maybe I make something for a ring. This gray blue, I would say it's gray blue. On a bright sun it looks light blue actually, but it is so pretty, just the details this rock provides. And you know what one of our geologists told me that was? He said it was brachiated rhyolite. Can you believe that? Alright, so this is what I've got for you for today. Remember to like and subscribe. You already noticed that so good so far. I'm cutting and polishing just the rocks that I find, and I take you on adventure with me. So hit the subscribe and stick around. We're gonna find some gems together.